And we're live. Welcome you guys to our client meeting. It's 16th. I'm not sure. So, yeah. 16th.
Oh, you mean the number of meetings? Oh, because I get the date wrong all the time. I was like, what day is it?
Yeah, it's the 22nd today of April. So here with us is Chet, our client, and also Amy, Patrick, and Mijuan. So let us start with the meeting. Let me just give you an overview of our meeting today. Share my screen. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen now. Yes. Can you guys see my screen?
We can see. I can see.
Yes.
Yep, I can see it.
Let me remove the edit mode from here so we have a little more space on my screen. Okay, so as usual, our meetings. We'll start with a little bit. We'll talk a little bit about what we did in this sprint. We have a little demo as well of some parts of this. We're not going to be able to show everything that's in here because some parts need another part to work, so we can display the changes, or else we just press a button and nothing happens. So there are some things that we next week, the next meeting, we will be able to talk about, and we will be able to demo that we completed this sprint as well. Afterwards, we have some questions for you, Chad, to talk a little bit about other points that we currently have some questions. Afterwards, if you have any question for us, we'll be here. You can ask them, and then we'll talk a little bit about the next sprint. That's strange. I believe it's completely wrong. No problem. I'll correct it. And then we will schedule our next client meeting. Okay, so let's start by the beginning. In this sprint, it's quite, at least I'm going to be sincere, it's quite frustrating because I believe we accomplished so much this sprint, but strangely, it's like we did a lot of things, we completed a lot of things, but they don't translate into something that we can show you, and that's a little bit frustrating for me. But let's see if next sprint we can have those stories that we cannot show you here to pop up and for you to be able to see them and everything. We completed the first draft of our company person homepage. We sent it to you, we reviewed it, and now we have a little bit of a demo with it, with already things in place, things that are being retrieved dynamically and everything. So we have a little bit of an advance of things that we can show there. We added the address, we added the state to the address form, something that we talked about last week, last meeting, that we were going to do, that was missing. We developed the homepage for the job developer, so the page that the job developer goes in when they log in. During the next couple of weeks, we are going to send you a login and a password for a job developer and for a case manager and for an agency person, so you can log in into the system and take a look at this homepage. Eventually, take a look at some of the options that we have there, that you can edit them and everything, for you to start looking into the system to see what we have there, and to have some feedback to understand if you expected something else, if you wanted something different, and those things. Another thing that it's not very visual, but we now have, we can upload our resumes into our cruncher that will do the crunching. Something that we showed last week of the task management, we have already everything set up and it's in our app. This is one of the points that we are not going to be able to demonstrate, because all the tasks that we have are related to the agency admin person, and they are assigned to him. So we don't have a way to show you like the complete flow. For example, what we wanted to show you is job seeker registers, and when he registers, 2 tasks pop up on the agency admin, and then from there you can assign the task to someone, and then you can do your job and complete the task. As we don't have this screen that allows you to see the agency person, to see the tasks for the agency admin, we will pick that up next week. So you will have next week you will be able, next meeting we will be able to have a full flow of a job seeker registering, receiving their email, activating the account. The agency admin will assign the case manager task to the case managers, so they can be assigned there. So we'll have all the flow until the user can enter and have a job developer and a case manager together. Okay. This point is also associated with the previous one. It's the little notifications. We showed you this working before, but now it will be everything together and funneled. This is something from the company personal homepage that we can retrieve now the jobs dynamically, and we added the address to the jobs. That was something that we're missing. That was missing and that we're building on the jobs. So the next few points that we're going to work on, we are going to finish the company person homepage to load dynamically. We will have this first draft of the case manager homepage that we'll send it to you, so you can take a look. We already started working on it, but we don't have it finalized for you to show you with everything. We also are going to start associating a job with the job category and the skills to job category, so we can start building everything on the model there. This is the things that we already started to work, but still haven't been able to finish. Okay, so I think we can stop right now. Don't know if you have any question at this point, chat.
Wish I had my pen with me. I'm just start writing things down. Something I thought about. Okay, we spoke of the backlog being attached to the jobs, right? What about if we added some type of, I don't know if it's like a map quest, or, I mean, I know I don't have to be reinvent it, you know, but that way the job seeker can pretty much know how much time it takes to do a job, you know, so they know they won't. You know how sometimes they have a walking route, a bus route, a car route, and tell them how long it takes to get there. You know, to see if it's even worth it to apply for this job. I'm just throwing that out there. You guys hear me? I know I hear a lot of noise, a lot of static.
It is kind of difficult to hear you, but what I think you just asked for is a feature like a map quest where the job seeker can see on the map how they would get to their job via the buses or whatever.
Yeah, like, you know, just so they won't. I understand sometimes job seekers, and I've seen it, they will apply for a job that's 25 miles away, and you don't have a way to get there. You know, it's like, why did you do it? I don't know. You know, I thought, you know, I can get there in this amount of time. But if they can see it right then and there, either they can type in the address they're coming from, or the system already has the address, and the address, the job that they're looking at, it automatically come up or populate and show this how much time it would take to get there via bus, walk, or car. That makes sense to you guys? Does that seem like it's doing too much, or what do you think?
I think it looks like something interesting that we can look into to see, because I believe there are some applications around that allow us to do that, or even just by using some sort of connection with Google Maps or something, we maybe eventually be able to do that. But
Okay.
um, um, I'll keep the idea. I'll write it down so we have this idea down. But maybe we can talk about it when we have this first prototype ready and
Okay.
things that we can add, new features and everything. Okay, are you okay with this?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Just
Okay.
I wanted to mention it before I forgot. But just thought about it.
Do you, Chet, have access to our waffle so you can make cards yourself when you think of a feature that you would like?
I don't. I don't think I do. I don't. I'm not sure.
Hua?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hua, did you set Chet up with waffle so that he can make feature requests?
I'm not sure if I can set him up with Waffle. I think you need to have a GitHub account.
Okay. So what's the easiest way for him to, add to a list? Maybe editing one of the Agile Ventures pages or something?
In terms of requirements,
Yeah.
I think until now what we have been doing is we talk about it, or Chat sends me an email and I create the tasks.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have here currently some tasks around of things that we talked about, like the interview platform, the IM app for the application, and some of those things that we talked about. Okay.
You're pretty much.
Okay, so if that's it, I think we can move. We have two parts to show you. Here, we are going to show you. We are going to show you first of all a little how this works for the company person in terms of login. When you log in, you get redirected to a certain page, so you can take a look at the current flow of the page and everything. And then we will take a look into the job seeker login when a job seeker logs in to see more or less the homepage that they will get when they are there. So I'll just shoot it to Patrick.
All right, thank you. So can people see my screen? Did you present me yet? Or do I have to?
Nope, we're seeing your face, Patrick.
Yes.
Okay, so I have to start screen share then. Okay. All right. Well, anything's better than seeing my face. I know that. So nobody has to say anything. So the demo period here is going to be fairly short in terms of what we're going to show you, Chet, because as Hugh has said, we have a lot of stuff that was kind of below the tip of the iceberg, underneath the water level. A lot of heavy lifting was done, a lot of foundational stuff, but it doesn't translate into anything that's worth showing to you. We'll have a more to show you involving some of that foundation stuff that we built 2 weeks from today. So today we're just going to show you the company person login, and when the company person logs in, we're going to show you a feature we've added where we detect what kind of person is logging in, either a job seeker or a company person or agency person, and based upon who they are, in this case a company person, they'll be directed to their home page. In this case, a home page would be exhibiting content specific to that company person and actions that they can take, etc., as we build out the system. But we've got to start for the company person homepage. Similarly for job seeker, Amy's going to show you that. Company person page and the redirect was built by Hua, but I'm going to show it to you, and then when we get to the page itself, we can review the design elements that you see on the page and talk about where we might take it further. Hua will be chiming in a lot there because, like I said, he designed the page initially with static HTML, and he's building out the live pieces of it as we go. And Amy did the same for the job seeker homepage. She designed and built it. So she'll show you the redirect upon login to that homepage for a job seeker. And then we'll have a discussion about the design elements appearing on that page, some of which are mock-ups and some of which are real, I think. And I think that's pretty much it at this point. So Here we are on our cloud-based server. Heroku.com is what we're using. I think we talked about that before. So this is not on my personal computer. This is out there in the cloud. This is where you're going to gain access through some login credentials that Hua mentioned he's going to give you, so you can actually go in and start looking at some of this stuff on your own. So I'm going to log in as a company contact. I've already got this built in, so I don't have to type this in. So I'll go ahead and log in, and what happens when I'm logging in, it detects that I'm a company person, so it directs me to this particular page. This particular page, my name is Steve Jobs. Not to be disrespectful to Mr. Jobs, but he's got a great name for this, right?
Yeah.
And when we go there, we have a couple of information sections, one of which I believe is a mock-up and one of which is real. So when you first go there, you'll see this tasks that need your attention. We don't have tasks showing up at this point for the reasons that Hua said. In 2 weeks from now, we'll be able to show you tasks that may be assigned to a company person, certainly for an agency person. We also have all company jobs. So these are all the jobs that have been posted by the company associated with Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs belonged to some company, Widgets Inc. or something like that. And so all the jobs that are outstanding for that particular company are shown here for any company person who logs in. And in fact, this is Steve Jobs, and Steve Jobs, in fact, he created all these jobs in Pets. But the poster here is the person who actually created the job in Pets. So Steve could be looking at jobs created by other people in the same company. Steve could be an HR director, and he could be looking at jobs created by some of the people in the HR department, for instance. And then, oops, don't think that link is necessarily live. So this particular display, of course, is paginated. So we've got more than 10, I think there's 10 jobs shown at a time, so you can hit the pagination links down here, and you can see it kind of smoothly paginates without going to the top of the plate. It doesn't rebuild the entire page every time you paginate. Another section that Hua designed was to show you as a company person who your colleagues who also have accounts in Pets. So if you want to coordinate with somebody on a particular job that you're trying to post, or just be aware of who else in your company also has accounts in Pets, so you can talk to them about what they're doing. This is useful information, we thought, for a company person to know who else, because the company may have 3 different locations, and somebody in location A may not be aware that another person in location B also has an account in Pets and can create jobs, and they can collaborate on things like that. Okay. So, Hua, anything else you want to talk about in terms of the design at this point?
No, basically this is the part that should be live. It's just the previous one, the one with the jobs.
Yeah.
We'll be working on this second part on this sprint, as well as the task integration there. And basically that's it. That's roughly the HTML version that we showed you during this week, and I hope that we can show it working, fully working next couple of weeks. And we'll give you access as well again to this, so you can start taking a look at it and see if you, because with these demos, it's a little bit complicated for, I believe, at least if it was for me, just to see this and see, oh, I don't like this or I don't like that. It's more complicated. So we'll give you access to this so you can meditate over it and see if there's any field that you believe that in this particular page should show up or something like that.
So if I could also just chime in here too, when you look at this, Chet, you'll see where we're going with this. So if there's a job here that I didn't post and I want to know what it is, I would click on the job title here and I would go and view the job. And if I have any questions or concerns about it, I go back to this page and I can click on the poster, the person who posted the job, so I can give them a call. When I click on this, I'll see their profile, their email, their phone number. And I can call them up and say, hey, I want to talk to you about that job you posted. I think we ought to change it a little bit, or whatever it might be. The number of job seekers who have made an application for the job will be shown up here. Now, the number itself is, I would imagine, going to be a clickable link. So if it says 3 here rather than 0, you click on that, and you go to a page that shows you the 3 applications that have occurred, the job seeker, associated with each application, the status, when the application occurred, all of that. So this is kind of just a starting point for drilling down further into what's going on with jobs in your company and the status of applications for each. So that's the idea. So none of these stop where they are. We always think a screen or two ahead as to where we go from here. And I'm sure you'll be thinking of that too when you look at this.
Now,
So, yeah, go ahead, please.
you said the company admin can go through those jobs and say, hey, something wrong with that, you need to change that. Pretty much,
Well,
right?
the company admin, I think, will be able to change any job. But let's say in this case, Steve Jobs is not the company admin. They're just what we call a company contact.
Okay.
Steve is a member. He's the HR director, let's say. So he can go in and say, oh, I see my friend, Joe Smith, let's say this says Joe Smith over here, entered this job into pets, and I'd like to have it change a little bit. First of all, it's a day shift, not a night shift, and it's got some other things we need to change. So I go back and I click on this link to go to the page giving me the contact information for the person in my company who posted the job. And I can give them a call, send them an email, asking them to make the changes that I'd like to see.
Okay, yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So the whole thing about roles and who can do what, we still haven't put together a coherent picture for you. But you've got the right idea where a company contact is allowed to create jobs. They can edit their own jobs. Maybe they'll be able to edit another person's posted jobs as well. You'll have to tell us if that's going to be the case. But certainly the company admin can have superpowers with respect to what they can do for job stuff in company stuff.
All right.
Yep. So it's like an onion. There's multiple layers to this thing.
And it's nice. It's a nice onion.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's starting to come together more than we showed you before, which is great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I think we can
turn it over to Amy. Yep.
Sure. And Patrick, while I'm beginning my presentation, could you create a job on the Heroku? Don't press enter yet to create it, but like set it up, and then press enter when I ask.
We do have lots of jobs in the database, but do you want to do something else with a new job? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and you'll see why in a sec.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to share my screen.
See if I can remember.
And let's see.
Okay, I've got it ready to go with everything set up except I haven't hit the create button yet.
Okay. All right. So this is what the job seeker's homepage looks like.
Okay.
It's got my first name and my last name, who my case manager is right now. I don't have anybody assigned. Who my job developer is. And I believe, let's see. No, I'm not going to try and change the case manager and show you that change. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to log out. And then I'm going to show you the redirect as I log in. So here's my login information. And you saw me fiddling around with cut and paste. So we have some users. And this is the user that I'm logging in as right now. This is my email address. And this is my login password.
Okay.
Have you been to this site, our Heroku site?
I believe I've been there. Joel sent me that last week.
You've been there like last week, this week,
Yeah.
when I sent you some addresses and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So here I am logging in, and it takes me directly to the home page. And when we have the applications feature, it will go here. And this is stubbed information because we're in the process of developing the crunching service. That's what Hua was talking about, this week. So we'll be able to like crunch the resumes and do matching. And then down here are the new jobs. And this is why I asked Patrick to set up a new job. Patrick, could you hit enter?
Well, I'm going to hit create instead because that's what the button says. Okay, it says company.
Live view. We are live.
So, Hewitt, maybe you can help me out here. So, we've got in that form, if you remember, a hidden field for the actual company ID. So, when I hit create here on the job new form, I get company can't be blank. Where do I start from in order to have that hidden field populated in this form? Do you know? If not, we'll stop and we'll just give up on this piece right now.
Sure. And in the meanwhile, I can, Chet, would you like to follow along? Would you like to log in and come to this page and use it?
You have to send me a link, right?
Of course. Here, hold on a sec. Can you see the chat? Oops. Okay. So over here in the chat.
Okay, just click on it.
Yep, click on that.
Okay.
And I'm going to send you another user. First part is her, email, and the second one is the password. Very pleased with this. I think it's very important for the customer to see their software and be able to play with it.
Okay, I'm in here now.
You're in here, huh? Okay. Did it direct you to the home page?
Yes, I'm right here at the home page. It said your information, Bernie.
Okay.
Login you gave me.
Okay. And let's see, what do you want to play with? The update your information part?
Yeah, we can check that out. Now, am I still waiting on a live job creation, or you guys not gonna do that? I know you mentioned that.
Hua and Patrick were working on unhiding the field so they could make one on the fly. But, making something on the fly is, I just think of it when we start the meeting. They can't necessarily, magically make that happen right away, so I don't know whether it worked out or not. Did it work out, guys?
Okay.
So, the way the new job...
There should be a new job there.
There should be a new job?
Oh, did you create one? Okay.
Okay, let's reload.
Good.
Ta-da! Look, see? So whenever you come back here, you will see the new jobs.
Okay, this is I updated it. Okay, I see it. New test, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just click on it.
It probably won't show you very much. If you want to see more about a job, click on one of the best matches. Oh, okay. Nope, that's not live. Never mind.
It's
well, I get the concept.
You can if you create a new job.
Yeah.
It will work and it will give you. It should work. I just entered there. I don't know why. Nice. We need to look into this.
All right.
I understand the concept of this, but it's kind of smooth,
Sorry?
I said I like it. I understand the concept. It's live, so as soon as they enter in company information of the new position, It just pops up at the bottom.
Right.
Right.
Hewa, is it okay to give Chet more logins so he could try the different roles even though not everything's working yet?
Yes, we will do it when we have the case manager and the job developer there. I'm not sure if these are the ones that are going to be there, because if we do any change on the database and we need to recreate the users get recreated.
Oh, right. Yeah, we're changing the database all the time, so the logins don't necessarily work permanently.
So the thing is, when we have the case manager lined up there, we have more or less the layout and everything to show you. I will send you a list more or less like this, so you can just enter there and see what we have there. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. I think that's all for the demo, right?
I think that's it for our live demos, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you guys for this demo. So let's try to so basically this was part of the job that we did in the last couple of weeks. Okay, so the next point on the agenda. We had some questions that eventually might be the problem that we currently are having there. I don't know, we need to investigate. But I believe I sent you these questions before, Chet. So basically, we have some questions here. So when a job seeker is not associated with a specific job developer, basically if it doesn't have a job developer,
What should show up, right?
If it's not associated with anyone, the question here is more, can a job seeker see the profile and the information of a job developer that is not his own?
Well, I don't know. It's a possibility. And I was thinking about it. On a job developer's profile, maybe it should show placement rate, what they specialize in, how many clients they have at the current time, because they may specialize in something that they're seeking, and they may not have that many clients, where they can, devote a little bit more time to them. So, so let me repeat it. What they specialize in, their placement rate, and what's the third one? I forgot already. Specialize in, placement rate, and number of clients that they're currently serving. So, you don't want to go to somebody who have 100 clients at the time, and you know what I mean? If that makes sense to you guys.
So what's it like for the job developers and case managers? Like, how many job seekers would they be managing? What's little and what's a lot?
What's a little and what's a lot? Well, with the system, I guess taking on 50 or more won't be so hard, because you can be able to organize a little bit better and track them. So,
how many do they do now? What's a little and a lot now?
I can't. It's different for everyone. Let me see. Let me think of a scenario. Employer said they needed 110 workers, and that was my contact. So, is that a lot? I don't know if it's really a lot. I did it. I just had to take my time with putting everything together and reviewing, the job seekers to see if they qualify for those positions. So it wasn't as easy, because I had a lot of paperwork. I had to follow up with them, calling them, things of that nature, the job seeker, and so it was a lot.
So
we have to see how the system does first.
So let me get this straight. You had an employer who asked you to find 100 people to work for him, and you did it?
Yeah, it was like, I found them, but they didn't hire everybody. That's the thing. You know, that's how it goes. So they might hire maybe about 60 people. That's how it is sometimes.
Oh,
You ever
so
heard of a place called
you sent
Hopcat?
him 100 qualified people, and then he picks.
Yeah, I mean, basically, yeah, like they was looking for chefs, things like that, um, front house, back of the house, dishwashers, bartenders, things of
Mm-hmm.
that nature. It was a
Okay.
brewery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so yeah, pretty much. I guess it depends on the system, how fast you can get it out there before you can determine what's allowed or not. Because the system may allow you to handle 100+ people with ease, because you can easily just click, send. You know, not only the job seekers information, but but the companies, employers, and so
Mm-hmm.
you'll be able to communicate faster with everyone, a little bit easier. So I can't say right now what would be too much. I was just throwing that number out like 100.
Mm-hmm.
So the job basically the job seeker, once they go to the profile, they can determine now if they feel like they want to go to their job developer. If they feel like it's too much, it depends on the job seeker themselves.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They feel
Excuse me.
Thanks.
Okay, a question, Chet. You said three things. I believe I'm missing one.
okay. Number of job seekers associated with the job developer, specialization, and also their placement rate. Like how successful are they placing these job seekers in employment? Because you have those job developers that just sit up there and eat tacos all day. So, you know.
Uh-huh. Okay, so our next question is, let's imagine we have a company that have multiple locations, that company, and we have location A and location B of that company. Can someone from the location B change a job created on location A?
Well, if it's the same company, the company usually, if it's okay, let me see. It's to company A, location B. So
So,
they're all connected with the same company, just different locations. So I don't really
yes,
don't see why they, I don't see why they couldn't.
our
You
assumption,
know,
that's what's next. Our assumption is that the company person, usually the HR is centralized, of all the
yeah,
companies. So
yeah,
our assumption is that a company person that can create a job in any of the locations, so it will be able to add it in all the locations as well. So is this assumption correct?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's correct because remember, like we spoke of in the beginning, the job developer, each branch will have a connection with that company. You know, so yeah. I'll go with you.
Okay. From our side, I believe that's all for now. We have a bunch of other questions that we'd like to ask you about different things that we will need in the near future. But I believe for now that's enough for us to keep on going. Uh, I don't know. Do you have any question for us? Something?
No, I just say just continue to pick my brain. No,
Okay.
no.
I changed this a little bit for the priorities on expert. They were a little bit outdated. So in the next 2 weeks, we are going to create this home page for the case manager, and with that, we are also going to create some logins and send them to you. So we are going to keep on working on our job management system. As you could see, it's not yet 100% working. There's some things there, here and there, that need to be polished. We are also going to integrate the job categories with the jobs, and I believe we'll be pretty much almost finished with this job part, which is good. So we'll have this first big chunk of things. You'll be just missing, I believe we'll be missing the search for the jobs and the application for the jobs. And but I don't think we will be able to tackle this in this sprint, but we will see. It will depend on the time that we have. We eventually might be able to tackle that. And another thing that I believe we will start doing this in this sprint as well, we are going to start to work on search. When I say search, I'm not saying yet that search that will match resumes with job seekers and job seekers with resumes, but that lighter search where you can search like I want to search all jobs with a specific job title or that are in a specific location. We are going to start to create this search page, this results page, and the way we are going to what options we are going to give. So it's this more light search. I believe this will get us pretty busy during the next 2 weeks. And like I said, I believe we will be able to send you these logins and these usernames and passwords, so you can start looking into the system, log in as a user, log in as another user, see if you like the way things are shown up, and that's it. Just a little remark about this. This server that we're going to give you, it's a little bit unstable because every time that we do a change is pushed automatically there. So it shouldn't, but sometimes it just breaks. So be a little bit patient with that, because we are adding lines of codes and lines of code every day. So sometimes the server might not be 100% healthy. And so on the 6th of May, we'll have our next meeting. It's Friday in 2 weeks. 5:30. It's okay for you?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we will meet there on the 6th at 5:30. Does anyone have any question, anything that would like to add to the meeting?
I can't think of anything.
Just that we'll take your ideas on showing a job seeker commute distance and time, maybe things like that, and maybe on a map as well. We'll add that to our so-called story tracker. Put it in the backlog. We'll capture the idea. We can't build it right away, as we said, but we like to capture those things and keep them in the record.
Definitely.
Just like I said, I believe it was last meeting. When we have this more or less working, we have this first prototype working that we can deliver to you, and you say, okay, this is good to start, and you get 1 or 2 people to look into it and try to work with it. Afterwards, we are going to change a little bit the scheme of this meeting, and we are going to be a little bit more proactive. Especially in this part where I sit down and say, oh, next sprint we are going to this, and that. That will is going to start to be your part, where you're going to prioritize what you think is more important to deliver in the next 2 weeks that you need, and so the flow of the meeting will change a little bit. But when time comes, we will tackle that as well. Okay, from my side, there's nothing else that I'd like to add. Thank you very much for everybody to have come. Okay, and thank you for your time, chat again. That's it.
Okay.
Thank you, Joel, Amy, Patrick.
Yep.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay.
We'll see you on the 6th. Right?
We'll see you on the 6th.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.